Hi kindergarten, today I wanted to come back to look at our science experiment that we did in the beginning of the week. If you remember, we took one raw egg and we placed it in vinegar, and we took our other raw egg and we placed it in water. We talked about how vinegar is also an acid, just like soda and orange juice, and how that can sometimes break things down in other substances. So I'm going to just take these cups and move them over so that we can compare and contrast both of these eggs. All right, we talked a lot about comparing and contrasting this week, so if you wanted to, you can go ahead and get a blank piece of paper, and remember, we're going to draw two circles twining or connecting. In one big circle, I wrote the word vinegar because that's the egg that we placed in vinegar here, and in the other circle, I wrote water, which is this egg. We're going to try to describe some things that are different about them as well as some things that are alike about them. So if we went ahead and described right now your eggs, this is the egg in water and this is the egg in vinegar. Do you notice the difference? I do right away. The egg in vinegar is a little bit bigger, and that, boys and girls, is due to the vinegar that the egg was placed in. When we placed this egg in vinegar, the eggshell itself was made of calcium carbonate, and the vinegar, which is the acid, broke that calcium carbonate down. So if you look carefully at my egg here, the egg that was placed in water still has its shell. I can crack it still and the shell would peel off. But the egg itself here, its whole shell is dissolved. Okay, and that was due to the vinegar. This egg actually that was placed in vinegar is also very soft. The only thing that's really left is the membrane around the egg. If you look really closely too, you can see the inside of the egg. You'll see the yolk. It's almost a little bit translucent if I was to wipe that off. If you see and notice now, if you give it a good rub in water, you're going to notice that that thin little membrane that I'm scratching, look, that color is shining through. It's almost like a translucent egg, okay? I can't do that to the egg placed in water because that shell is still on the outside. So right away we notice that the egg placed in water, the shell is still there. The egg that was placed in vinegar is now dissolved, okay? And also, if you want to feel the eggs, if you've done this experiment at home, you'll feel that one egg feels harder and the other egg feels a little bit softer. Which egg do you think feels harder? The egg placed in vinegar or the egg placed in water? You're right, the egg placed in vinegar is softer. This egg is harder because it still has its shell. This egg, like I said, we talked about how that egg dissolved and its membrane is there, feels a lot softer. And if I actually took these plates off, there's only one egg that'll bounce. Which egg, boys and girls, do you think will bounce? Do you think the egg that has its shell will bounce, or do you think the egg that has its membrane will bounce? Remember, which one was softer? This egg was softer. So I'm going to do a little experiment now. I'm going to drop both eggs and you see which one bounces. Ready? Up. This egg, look at the shell. Oh no, it cracked. That yolk is coming right out. Look at this one, the one that was placed in vinegar. It's bouncing and it's rolling, and I can play with it a few times. It will eventually break and the yolk will come out, but you can go ahead and have fun and explore your egg. Look at the membrane inside. Look at the softness, feel the softness of it. You'll see the yolk, and it's just fun to play with if you want to take a few minutes to have fun with that. And that is how our egg lost its shell, guys. It's vinegar that it was placed in. It made that eggshell absorb that calcium carbonate, which was the shell, dissolved. And that's what made the egg a little bit bigger. The vinegar is a little bit watery, so some of that water from the vinegar got inside the egg, which caused the egg to expand. And notice the color now, look. See how it looks a little bit different? This was white, and this is like that orangey, peachy color. So that's another difference too. How are they alike though? Do you guys remember? Their shape is similar, right? Like an oval. And they're both eggs, so that's something that they have alike, but this has a little bit of differences than this thing. I'm going to keep playing with it. You guys can have fun. Remember to wash your hands afterwards, clean up your mess, but have fun, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.